This is an NBC News special report. Here's Lester Holt.
We're back with an update on that terror attack at the international airport in Istanbul, Turkey tonight. The death toll right now is 10. The latest word we have in injuries, at least 60 people injured in what appear to be multiple suicide bombings late evening there at this major international air hub when the attacks took place. We have seen pictures of bloodied and stunned survivors. We have seen people scurrying, and then this video purported to be of the explosion itself. We can tell you the signage appears to be consistent with the lower level of the Istanbul airport. We have not independently confirmed this video, but again, it purports to show one of the explosions on the lower level, outside the lower level of the airport. And here's some of the injured being taken away. Our Richard Engel, our chief foreign correspondent, is just outside the Istanbul airport right now. What can you tell us, Richard?
A lot of checkpoints have been set up. We were trying to get into the airport. We've been driving around its perimeter for the last hour or so. We've seen police officers with their guns drawn, stopping cars, searching cars, several miles away even from the airport itself. A witness told us, a porter we've been using for many years, that there were 3 explosions. He was very close to the first one, started to run. Then he noticed a police officer had wrestled an attacker to the ground, and then while they were on the ground a short while later, the suicide bomber detonated his device. The witness believes the police officer was killed in that attack. More panic, more people started to run, and then sometime after that, he heard, didn't see, a third explosion, which he also believes to have been a suicide attack. U.S. intelligence officials say that this is consistent with the ISIS profile, multiple attackers, high-profile target.
Richard, is it your understanding that all the explosions occurred outside the secured area of the airport?
Yes, that is our understanding, that they were outside. Istanbul Airport, unlike most airports in the United States, has a double security system. So you check your bags before you go into the airport, and then before you clear customs, as you would normally check them.
So no visitors would go in.
So that this would have been a place where there would have been pickups and drop-offs, a lot of taxi lines as people came in and out of the airport. But in order to go in, especially if you have a bag, you have to put that bag through an x-ray machine and yourself go through a magnetometer.
As we noted, this was late evening in Istanbul. Obviously, you fly through that airport on a regular basis. Is it busy that time of night?
This airport is always busy. It is the hub of the region. The airline brags that it flies to more destinations than any other airline around the world. You don't need visas to come to Turkey from most countries, so it is often a transit point. These are people not just coming and going to Turkey, but passing through from other countries because they take advantage that this airport goes to so many places all the time.
You, of course, are based there in Istanbul, and you noted earlier that sadly this is not a surprise.
Unfortunately, it's not a surprise. We had received an intelligence warning several weeks ago that ISIS had deployed its personnel to Turkey. We reported this with you, Lester, on Nightly News, and that there was a possibility that ISIS would try and carry out a high-profile attack during the month of Ramadan, and it deployed more than 30 militants to the country.
All right, Richard, we will let you get back to your reporting. Thank you for that account. Again, as many as 3 explosions occurring, according to that witness, Richard, noting at the Istanbul airport tonight. There you see more security forces rolling up on the scene. Officially, the latest word we have is 10 dead, as many as 60 injured. Those numbers, of course, could change as they get a better handle on the situation and get inside to the actual site of the explosions themselves. We will have full coverage, including Richard's live reporting from the scene, when we see you tonight on NBC Nightly News. For now, I'm Lester Holt, NBC News, New York.